Hey everyone, how you doing? Alright, so with Fortnite being around for as many years as it has been, I think a lot of us would assume and know that this game has shown us hundreds of weapons across the years. Even ignoring the likes of Save the World, Battle Royale has still shown off a lot of interesting stuff. But today, I don't want to talk about the interesting stuff. We're not here to discuss Hop Rock Dualies, or the guided missile launcher, or anything like that. No, today we're here to discuss the worst sniper rifle ever added to Battle Royale. Okay, that might seem like a bold claim, but I promise you, once you understand the history, you'll get what I mean a lot more. But before we discuss it, I just want to really quickly plug my supporter creator code, which is SylviaYSI. You can use it if you want to, or you can use somebody else's code. As long as you use one, that's what matters. Anyways, let's quickly discuss the history of sniper rifles before we get to our worst one, and this will make sense soon. So initially, sniping in Fortnite was, and still kind of is, portrayed as a risky but rewardful endeavor, as if you mess up your shots, you get punished heavily by having to reload instantly for most weapons, which is a very stark contrast to other games that have snipers in them. But that makes the reward all the more worth it, as even a body shot can do some serious damage to an opponent, with a headshot being a kill no matter what. Now, with that design philosophy in mind, it's not hard to see why Epic was so keen on keeping it up. Throughout Chapter 1, we ended up getting a lot of sniper rifles, and these were all mostly side grades to the first one added to the game, the classic bolt action, which even at its blue rarity, was still a one-shot on a body off spawn and an insta-kill no matter what if it hit a player's head. The side grades are almost never a one-shot on somebody with full white HP, but they make up for that by having other perks, such as tracking the storm, or having a more clear line of sight, or just being an auto-firing sniper. Regardless of the reason, most of the early snipers were just a bolt action rifle, with a butt slapped on at the end. With that being said, you would assume that every sniper rifle added would be just as good as their predecessors, with some give or take thrown in with their stats, right? Wrong. Chapter 2 came along, and with it came one of the weirdest weapons I have ever seen in Fortnite, which is the common bolt action sniper rifle. Where do I even begin with this thing? Okay, well first, it might be easier to talk about what Chapter 2 did to the loot pool at the time that it came out. So Chapter 2 took a different ideology compared to the end of Chapter 1. Rather than having a ton of random weapons in the game that weren't exactly that different from one another, Epic instead opted for a more unified take, where only a few weapons were added, with all of these being available in most rarity types. This was definitely not a bad idea, but if we know Epic, then we also know that they made a weird decision. And they did. This decision was giving the only sniper in the game at the time a common rarity. And that was a really dumb choice, which I'll explain why now. You remember earlier how I said that the bolt action is practically known for being a one-shot off spawn, even on just the body? Well, this common rifle doesn't allow for that to happen. Oh no. This does, and I wish I was kidding, 99 damage. One short of being a decent weapon. Wow. Oh, and to add insult to injury, even the headshot wouldn't kill somebody in the game nowadays, at least if they have full HP and no builds. That's really funny, but also really tragic. So if you played during Chapter 2 Season 1, now you might be thinking, okay, yeah, that's cool and all. But wait, I don't remember this being in the game at all. Are you lying? And no, I'm not lying. This was in the main game for about a period of 7 hours at the beginning of the chapter. Yep, that makes this weapon, along with the common rocket launcher, which, god, I don't even want to begin discussing that thing, one of the only weapons in Fortnite to have not been in the game's loot pool for even a day. It's honestly really interesting to think about, but it's also really sad. I feel awful for the poor souls who died off spawn because the sniper they got wasn't good enough to kill anybody, even if they did everything right in their situation. That sucks. But with that being said, this wasn't the only time Epic's made a common sniper rifle. They've made a couple more, but these ones are at least way more reasonable. I mean, even the bolt action remake, the Hunter bolt action, has 3 ammo, so of course it's going to be more useful. And any of the other ones don't really one-shot on their higher rarities either, so that kinda tracks. But overall, that's the weird and mysterious case of Fortnite's worst sniper rifle. Or at least, arguably worst. I mean, it's just goofy how this was even considered to be added, let alone was added. And on that note, I'll be ending this video here. Thank you all so much for watching until the end, I really do appreciate it. I know this one was a weird video, but you guys know me. I love weird trivia. And this is one of my favorite pieces for any game ever. It's just stupid, and that's what makes it fun. Also, I'd like to real quick give a shout out to Gravitree, Aldentity for Omens, and Wafa for being $5 supporters of my channel. You all rock, thank you so much for your support. And if you're new around here and you like what you saw, then maybe consider subscribing too. It helps me out a ton and you get to see more Fortnite content in the future. Win-win. Now, as for me, I've got a not so common sniper of my own to work with, so I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.